Good day to see you, dear ladies and gentlemen. In today's lecture, we will discuss about etiology of neoplasm. Tumor formation is a multifactorial and multi-step process. The following factors play a major role in its formation. Now we are coming to discuss with you genetic factor of tumor formation. Genetic damage lies at the core of the etiology of tumor. There are four main types of genes responsible for the formation of tumor. Proto-oncogene, a gene that normally produces growth factor when activated, to oncogene that they produce cancer. Cancer suppressor gene, a gene that prevents cancer formation. Its absence leads to tumor formation. Apoptotic gene, a gene that is responsible for apoptosis, mean deaths of cell. Its absence leads to tumor formation. DNA repair gene that is responsible for repairing error in DNA deoxyribonucleic acid synthesis. Their absence leads to tumor formation. Now we are coming to discuss with you example of oncogene. RAS oncogene found in 15 to 20% of all human cancers. Normally RAS is activated by receptors to exchange GDP from GTP. Activated RAS returns to ground state by its intrinsic GTPs. Activity mutant form of RAS bind gap, but their control of GTP's activity is not augmented. Tumor suppressor genes example are retinoblastoma gene, first recognized in retinoblastoma, are a rare pediatric tumor of the eye. The RB tumor suppressor gene is a nuclear phosphoprotein that regulates the cell cycle. Acetylate phosphorylated state in non-dividing cell and the inactive hyperphosphorylated state in cell cycle. Several cancer have mutation in the RB pathway. Now we are coming to discuss with you oncogenic viruses. So what is oncogenic viruses? Oncogenic viruses are those viruses containing viral oncogenes, i.e. ABL, MYC, RAS, etc., which are transported to the human genome during viral infection and later on causes neoplasm. Viral oncogene may be inserted in the human genome near a human oncogene. It amplifies them and make them more express. Example of oncogenic viruses are human T cell leukemia, lymphoma virus type 1, HTLV1, causing lymphoma and leukemia in adults. Human papillomavirus HPV, causing being squamous papillomas of the skin and carcinoma of the cervix. Epstein-Barr virus EBV, causing Burkitt's lymphoma, Hodgkin disease and nasopharyngeal carcinoma. Hepatitis B virus HBV infection is associated with liver cancer. Now we are coming to discuss with you heredity factor in cancer formation. Some cancer run in families due to specific Mendelian gene responsible for it. Cancer syndrome inherited as Mendelian pattern include familial retinoblastoma, familial adenomatous polyps of the colon, neurofibromatosis type 1 and type 2, while breast, ovarian, and colon cancer are non-Mendelian inherited cancer. Now we are coming to discuss with you carcinogenic agents. So what is carcinogenic agent? Carcinogenic agents are substances that has a role in tumor formation and can be classified into chemical carcinogens. Chemical carcinogens are those alkylating agents that they are anti-cancer drugs like cyclophosphamide, chlorambucil, busulfan, and midazolam. In spite of that, they may produce cancer. Nitrosamines and amines related to gastric carcinoma, aromatic amine and azo-dyes. Now I am coming to discuss with you naturally occurring carcinogens. These are not chemical substances, cannot be found naturally, like aflatoxin in groundnuts that result hepatic carcinoma. Now I am coming to discuss with you miscellaneous agent. Asbestos, which cause bronchogenic carcinomas, mesothelioma, arsenic associated with skin cancer. Now I am coming to discuss with you radiation carcinogen. UV light is a cause of skin cancer. Ionizing radiation, X-rays, atomic radiation, and atomic bombs have produced a variety of malignancies, especially leukemia, lymphoma, in Hiroshima, Nagasaki, and in Chernobyl village in Russia. Now I am coming to discuss with you pre-malignant lesion. So what is pre-malignant lesion? Pre-malignant lesion are potentially malignant lesion found in tissues, and after a period of time they may transform into malignancy, e.g. gastric adenoma. Chronic skin cancer may be transformed into squamous cell carcinoma. Liver cirrhosis may transform into hepatic carcinoma. Ulcerative colitis may transform into colonic carcinomas. Leukoplakia transform into squamous cell carcinomas. Now I am coming to discuss with you dysplasia, disorder growth in the human body. This is an irreversible pre-malignant change affecting a focal area of epithelial tissues without invading the basement membrane, and represent a state between hyperplasia and carcinoma in situ. Pre-invasive neoplasia. Most of the cases are on the top of metaplastic changes from continuous stimuli, e.g. prolonged cigarette smoking ends up with metaplasia, then dysplasia followed by bronchogenic carcinomas. Dysplasia does not necessarily progress to cancer in all disease. As we shown in the figure, these are normal cell, these are metaplasia, dysplasia, and these are invasive carcinomas, invasion. Now I am coming to discuss with you grades of dysplasia. Mild dysplasia are affecting one layer of tissues. Moderate dysplasia, more than one layer is affected. Severe dysplasia, all layers are affected without breaching the basement membrane, and also known as carcinoma in situ or pre-invasive neoplasia. NB, if the basement membrane is breached, this is known as invasive carcinoma. Invasion and metastasis of cancer. Metastasis means secondary spread of cancer in a remote area, for example, breast carcinoma, metastasize to the lungs, liver, and bone marrow. Invasion means local spread when it breaches the basement membrane and invades the neighboring tissues. Local invasion occurs through a four-step process that includes detachment of tumor cells from each other. This occurs due to loss of the intracellular glue substances, E-cadherin, and resulting in losing of the tumor cell. Attachment of tumor cell to the extracellular matrix. Short name is ECM. The ECM include basement membrane, which contain laminin, and interstitial connective tissue, which contain fibronectin. Tumor cell develop laminin and fibronectin receptors, which let them adhere to the BM and interstitial CT. Now I am coming to discuss with you degradation of the extracellular matrix. Tumor cell then secretes protease which cause degradation of the extracellular matrix, and type 4 collagenase NB protease inhibitor thus can be used as therapeutic agent to treat tumor. Now I am coming to discuss with you migration. So what is mean by migration? Movement of malignant cell from its sites. This tip occur sunder the apex of certain chemotatic factors, e.g. tumor cell derived cytokines, products of matrix component, and some growth factor. Now I am coming to discuss with you distant spread metastasis. It is the presence of a tumor cell away from its primary original site without continuity with it. Distant spread can occur by blood, lymphatics, transcoulumic route through natural passage and by implantation and inoculation. The most important step in metastasis is angiogenesis, new vessel formation. In primary tumor site, then local invasion of the blood vessel with intravasation and transport through the circulation and arrested in microvessel in liver, lungs or bones, followed by extravasation of the cell from the vessel and forming of micrometastasis, then proliferate to form macrometastasis tumor. Now I am coming to discuss with you routes of spread of cancer. This include the following ways: intracavitary spread through cavities such as the peritoneum, pleura, etc. For example, gastric carcinoma metastasized through the peritoneal cavity to ovaries called Krohenberg tumor. Lymphatic spread via the lymphatic vessel. Hematogenous spread via arteries or vein. Direct invasion of the nearby organ by extension of the tumor from its origin. Now I am coming to discuss with you stages of cancer. Generally, spreading tumor can be subdivided clinically into stage 1 and 4 depending on the degrees of metastasis and size of the tumor. Stage 1 are tumor confined to the site of origin. Stage 2 are cancer is locally invasive in original organ. Stage 3 are cancer has spread to regional structure, neighboring tissues, invasion of adjacent structure. Stage 4 are cancer has spread to distinct site. Also, there is another system for staging called T and M. T mean tumor size, N mean node involvement, and M mean presence of distant metastasis. Size of tumor include T0, T1, T2, and T3. Node involvement, no involvement, N1. Extent of spread, no metastasis, MO. Metastasis, M1. The stage may influence choice of management, i.e. stage 1 is treated differently from stage 4. Grading of cancer. This is microscopic subcategorization of tumor depend only on cytological and histological finding which affect prognosis and methods of management of some tumor. There are 3 methods of grading as shown in table below, depending on the degree of resemblance to the original tissues. Differentiation. Grade 1 are low grade and their differentiation will differentiate it as morphology are shown in the figure. Grade 2 are intermediate grade and their differentiation are moderately and their structure or morphology are shown as in the figure. Grade 3 are high grade, poorly differentiated and their morphology are shown as in the figure. Grade 4 are anaplastic and their differentiation are anaplastic and their morphology are shown as in the figure. Now I am coming to discuss with you concept of transformation. As discussed above, some factor cause a cell to be transformed into neoplastic cell that is not controlled by normal body process. Probably most severely transformed cells die because they are too abnormal to function or they are abnormal enough for the body immune system to destroy them. However, it is the factor promoting neoplasia persist or transformed cell may sometimes give rise to a clone that does continue to grow. There are precancerous conditions in which malignant neoplasia is more likely to occur, but not in every case. Liver cirrhosis, chronic ulcerative colitis, atrophic gastritis, epidermal actinic keratosis, and oral leukoplakia. In other cases, there is ongoing cellular proliferation for repair of damaged tissue. Often from ongoing inflammation, abnormal cell proliferation lead to a greater likelihood for mutation to occur. Now I am coming to discuss with you concept of progression and heterogeneity of tumor. Progression of cancer means gradual acquisition of fully neoplastic characteristics, i.e. progression of cancer start when hyperplasia transform to dysplasia, mild, moderate and severe, then to pre-neoplastic nodules and carcinoma in situ or any other histological type. Finally, full malignant neoplasia. Progression is not necessarily accompanied by increased tumor size. The concept of tumor progression hold that subclone may arise over time from the original malignant clone. These subclones may differ from the original clone in a specific characteristics such as invasiveness, metastatic potentiality, and response to therapy. The subclones may arise from acquisition of additional mutation and gene as shown in the figure. The sustained growth stimulation are shown as by the evade immune system as shown, evade growth inhibitor as shown in the figure, in immortality, tumor promoting inflammation as shown in the figure, ability of invasive and metastasis as shown in the figure, new mutation formation, angiogenesis, resistance of cell death, irregular energy as we shown in the figure through the diagram. You can study easily.